The city of Stanton has changed, grown, and developed since it was founded in 1732. Over the last few decades, expanding its downtown from a block of streets to a whole district. The birthplace of many notable names, including 28th U.S. President Woodrow Wilson and the famous Statler brothers. The Queen City has received recognition as one of the best small towns in America and having one of America's greatest main streets. But how did it get there? I spoke with longtime residents who grew up and raised their families here, employees who improved the city each day, and change makers who help the most vulnerable people. This is part one of the Uncut Gem.
You think you know what downtown is, and maybe you did 25 years ago, but maybe get out, park the car, walk around, take a look, and make some discoveries in downtown.
Settled in 1732 on the Peyton and Lewis Creeks, the city of Stanton was given the name the Queen City for holding the county seat of Augusta, which used to be the largest county in the world. Now, the city holds a number of physical and cultural accolades: the Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library, the American Shakespeare Center, and Happy Birthday America featuring the Statler brothers. The city is home to many shops, restaurants, and sights to see, but the hidden gem of the valley didn't always shine this bright.
And the mall was built, and it seemed like all the commercial activity suddenly shifted, and downtown was a ghost town.
History, memories, legacy businesses, and generational homes ripped up and replaced by banks and parking lots due to urban renewal, leaving the Queen City in the dust as interstates paved along the United States.
A great number of buildings were demolished under the auspices of urban renewal, which was a federal program that offered communities lots of money to tear down their downtowns. It was a very foolish thing to do at the time, and continues to be foolish.
Frank Strassler with the Historic Stanton Foundation says Stanton preserved its identity just in time. The city had approved plans to transform the wharf into a new highway.
A group of citizens realized that they did not want to lose their downtown. They didn't want to lose the existing architecture, even if it was boarded up or maybe not used as significantly as it could have been. But they saw that that really could be a calling card for Stanton. It's what we had.
From the Beverly District to the Newtowns District, Gypsy Hill, and Montgomery Hall Parks, the city's history is a major part of Stanton's identity. Old buildings like the Coca-Cola factory are repurposed rather than demolished and built anew.
Thankfully for some of the forward-thinking folks that made sure that downtown's character and these buildings and these spaces were preserved. We had a lot of residents in Stanton that said, hey, no, we're going to keep that. We're going to save it. It's special. We're going to need those buildings later.
New big box stores like Cookout, Firestone, and a Planet Fitness have come to the Queen City in the last year. But Greg Bean with Stanton Downtown Development Association says the city prides itself on its local businesses.
We are getting other larger retailers. Some of these buildings that have been vacant for quite some time, now there's some rumblings and some beginnings of new businesses going into some of those spaces and places throughout our community.
Stantonians say the Queen City is one of the best places for kids to grow up now compared to a generation or two ago.
It's a lot for kids. I now have one in college and one who's a high school senior. But it was a really good place for them to grow up, and it's a lot more, the horizons have expanded for them here more so than when I was growing up here. I mean, they know people from all over the valley now, whereas we just knew the people at our school.
Though the city makes improvements each day, many people living and working for Stanton say there's more work to be done.
I still think we have a way to go for working towards still continuing to improve accessibility, and as well, so that even more people can enjoy downtown.
Council has approved multiple projects to add bike lanes, sidewalks, and ADA-compliant ramps along Beverly Street and other areas of the Queen City. Working hard for you, Mike Staley, WHSV.